Hey guys, so I was supposed to do a 5 o'clock live on my main channel, but I did a recap video for tonight instead of the 5 p.m. live because I was really busy. Because I know a lot of people that are on my main channel, um, most likely did not see the Michelle's cousin live update that was on my second channel, part two, because you guys are so used to all my videos being on my main channel. And until further notice, well, my further notice and choice to go back on my main channel full time, I will be on my second channel. So this is a recap from part two of Michelle's cousin's response for those of you that may have missed it or came in on my second channel in the middle or the end of the part two of this response video to Queen Opp and her supporters, and about what Michelle said, her cousin. Here's a response to all that. And again, it's a recap video from my second channel for the people in the back. So enjoy. Hey guys, we are back. So I had stopped production on the Queen Opp stuff for the moment when I had got wind of Michelle's cousin Michelle's cousin's filling us in on her position, responding to what Michelle's last update was, and how so my internet, I live in a rural area, and this is sometime how it goes. So listen, yesterday I put part one because it was quite a long video. So I put up part one of this video that Michelle's cousin did last night or day before last. And it was kind of long. I thought I was going to be able to get through the whole edit and also put it up. The download would have took extremely long. If you guys are on this video, you made it to my second channel, and I want to thank you. It's sometimes really difficult to get people to follow instructions on where to find me, even though I've provided links. I'm updating with posts on my community section. I'm at the beginning of videos telling people that I'm going to be going live at the beginning of the video on my second channel. I try everything to get people over to these lives, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So this is part one of the update with Michelle, the position she has with Queen Opp, and how she felt about what Michelle said about her. So it says it's titled Update 10/8. Michelle's cousin sets it off once again, smoking on Queen Opp. So this is part one. I premiered it late yesterday, and I know it didn't probably get enough views to it because it was at the end of the night, and sometimes your views kind of trickle off as the night gets late. So I figured that I would do a recap so you could hear what Michelle's cousin had to say in the commentary video. You will hear me talking in the video, but I want you to hear. And also, it's going to be on my second channel at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm trying to get out all the information at the beginning of this live, so when people come back to the replay, they know what time it is and what's going on. Part two of Queen Opp's cousin will be premiered at 3 p.m. Now, I might move it up an hour or two, but you will get the notifications either or, and you'll know when it's going out if you have the notification bell on with the option all. So let me read these comments, and then we'll get into the video. Hopefully, people will fill up in here. It says, hey, I finally made it live. Hey, London Sky. Hey, MM. Hey, sweetie. Hey, Lauren. I see some of my regulars in here, my regular family members in here. Spam those hearts. It helps with that. That's right. Yeah, put some hearts up in there and make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in. Like I said, this is an early live. My viewership on this channel doesn't really come in this early. However, I have a lot of content to put out, and I'm trying to put out the new content later when the viewership starts to come into these videos. So I just wanted to do the recap video early because part 2 of this video will be up at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this second channel, SL Davis Social Media News, my second channel. The way you'll know if you're on the second channel is by the subscriber count. My subscriber count on my first channel is a little over 20,000 subscribers. Now, if you're on the second channel, you'll know you're on the second channel because I don't have 20,000 subscribers yet. Hey, SL. Hey, sweetie. Trayons. So listen, let's start this. And, as people come in, they'll be able to hear it. And, it'll be a replay. Hey, Brown Sugar 84. Hey, sweetie. Hey, sweetie. Hey, sweetie. So make sure y'all hit that like button because I ain't going to be able to focus on all of this and, orchestrate. So let's begin. Hey, guys. So I decided to put on hold the Queen Opp lives that she did on October 7th, which was Saturday, when Queen Opp decided to go live to beg for money to get her cell phone fixed because it was broken by Danny, so that I could respond and also allow for Michelle's cousin to be heard. I was waiting for the response from Michelle's cousin after Michelle did an update video and basically said what she had to say. And I was kind of worried at the response from Michelle because it just made me instantly feel like I hope Michelle doesn't end up going back to Queen Opp. And I'm glad that the cousin finally came back with a response. So we're going to listen to this. It's going to be really long. I'm going to try to make sure from my main channel and everywhere else that you guys know that this video is out here today on my second channel. And if it doesn't, reach the masses, a certain number of people that I feel it should on my second channel, I will definitely share it on my first channel
good,
tomorrow,
Brown Sugar.
which will be Monday morning,
yourself,
the
sweetie.
the 9th. I was about to say the 11th. So let's hear what she had to say. I'm very glad that she responded. I will put timestamps.
Yo, the 1% understood the assignment. The 1% understood the assignment. I'm gonna have a conversation with y'all today. I'm gonna have a conversation with the 1% today. Because in the last video, when I asked y'all to put your thinking caps on, y'all did that. Y'all did that. Y'all put your thinking caps on snug. Y'all understood the assignment. Because that's why I went over here. I only want critical thinkers in my space. Listen, I don't care about how other people conduct their spaces, live their lives, how they move, how they function, how they operate. Over here, you have to be a critical thinker. And y'all did that. Y'all understood the assignment when I asked y'all to put your thinking caps on snug. So today, I'm going to have a conversation with the 1%. And I am going to mention the 99%. Because it relates to what I need to speak on today. And so
you guys are going to love part 2 that comes out at 3 p.m. I might push it up to sooner, but I think, then again, I might leave it at 3. It's going to be on my second channel. She went in on part 2. The last part of the video she did a few days ago that I'm playing now, part 1. Part 2, which is at 3 p.m., she went in. I literally had to edit a whole bunch of stuff out. I mean, she was going in, okay, with no looby. Okay, so y'all gonna really like part 2. But I feel like part 1, which is this part, that we're listening to now, she was warming up.
Start with something that I need to put out there. I need to put something out there real quick. I'm going to run my platform the way that I want to run my platform. I'm going to run it the way that I see fit. So that means I'm going to have people on my platform that I'm allowing, given a green light to speak how they want to speak. So if you don't like my delivery, or the people that I have on here, if you don't like their delivery, that's too bad. So I'm going to get specific right now. Supreme, real time from Babies and Forwards Network. I'm going to have him on here periodically. Anybody that gets offended by what he says, specifically in the video titled When Flip-Flops is Attacked, anybody that has a problem or issue with what he said when I was banging on the flip-flopsters in the video entitled When Flip-Flops is Attacked, I need y'all to look in the mirror. I need y'all to look in the mirror at yourself. Ask yourself why you was offended. Anybody that was offended by what this man said in the When the Flip-Flops is Attacked on any video, anybody that is offended, who feels disrespected, or who feels some type of way about what this man said, ask yourself, look in the mirror first, ask yourself why you felt offended by what this man said. Because remember, when I banged on the flip-flopsters in the second video that I did, I'm talking to the 99%. It's some males in there too. I'm talking to the 99% flip-flopsters I'm banging on. The 99% flip-flopsters and obsters in the second video I did. And I brought Supreme Real Time from Babies and Fools Network channel on there to bang on them degenerate, filthy, to bang on them with me. So if you feel offended by anything that he said, look in the mirror and ask yourself why. If you're offended by what he said, that means whatever he said applied to you. Because listen, the women that I rock with, the women that I roll with, the women that I respect, I don't even have to be friends with them. I don't have to hang with them. The women that I respect, they didn't get offended by what this man said in the flip-flopsters or any video that I did. They did not get offended by it because what he said, it didn't apply to them. So I'm telling y'all now, let me say this. I'm not a content creator. I'm not a content creator. So if you felt offended by anything that he said, or you don't like the way I'm running my channel, don't share my videos. I'm on here fighting for my cousin, for my family. I'm not a content creator.
And it's kind of sad, to be honest with you, that she's honestly fighting for her cousin by herself, because her family wasn't even fighting for her when she was with Michelle. They turned the blind eye. There was nothing they could do. And I guess if you keep telling yourself that, then you stop believing it. And then you do feel as though there's nothing you can do for a family member, like in Michelle's case. And you just don't help her. And then strangers, people that get paid, law enforcement had to come in and save Michelle. Michelle wasn't trying to leave. She was stuck. And she felt that she didn't have a support system because Queen Opp brainwashed her. And, a lot of people, they can have their opinions. She's clout chasing, and it ain't no different than what I'm doing. I'm on my own platform and I'm speaking my truth. I'm speaking how I feel about the whole situation. I'm doing commentary on the opinions of how I feel things went down. And also what comes out of the horse's mouth and allegedly. That's the only thing I can speak on. And you can't knock somebody for feeling a certain way, and just because they don't move or sound the way you feel they should sound, that don't make them wrong, and it doesn't make you right. So we can assume that she's clout chasing, but I don't think the cousin's doing anything different than anybody else that's up here doing commentary on Michelle and Queen Opp and Danny. Quiet as kept.
What I'm doing is different from everybody else on here. Again, if you feel offended, ask yourself why. Ask yourself why you was offended. If you're offended, that means that you are a part of the 99% flip-flopsters and obsters. So I'm going to have Supreme Real Time on Babies and Fools Network channel on my page. Or whenever I do a video, whenever he's available to come on here and add his thoughts. You don't like what he's saying? You feel disrespected by it? You feeling some type of way about it? You need to look in the mirror. And I'm gonna say this again. I'm not a content creator, and y'all don't want me. Y'all don't want me to start painting narratives. I'm telling you, you don't want me to pick up paintbrushes and start painting narratives because you're not going to be able to deal with it. Again, tread carefully. I'm on here fighting for my cousin. I get on here, my channel. I don't have all the bells and whistles and all the features and emojis and all the, you know what I mean, popping out when you get on the page. I don't care about none of that. I came on here with an agenda. I came on here with a specific purpose, and it has nothing to do with T channels. That's not what I'm doing over here. Again, don't get me to start painting narratives. And I'm not a content creator. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. Because I believe, I'm hoping that people are smart enough to understand where I'm coming from. So, with that being said, I'm talking to the 1%. I'm talking to my people. I'm talking to my tribe. Because y'all understood the assignment. From the last video that I did, when I addressed Shell's update, the responses that I got from that, man, y'all understood the assignment. When I asked y'all to put your thinking caps on, and when I asked y'all to put your thinking caps on snug, that's exactly what y'all did. So I want to talk to the 1%ers. The 1%ers that was talking to me, that left comments. We talking to each other. I'm talking to y'all. I'm talking to all the 1%ers, but specifically the 1%ers that left comments to let me know that they understand and understood the assignment, which was putting their thinking caps on. Because y'all know what? When Shell made that update, a lot of chicks, content creators and content watchers alike, man, a lot of they was celebrating my demise. Man, these retarded ass was celebrating my demise. They was talking about this.
And I agree with that, because as soon as Michelle went and said what she had said, and then threw her cousin in there, like she's trying to, clout chase off her name and the unfortunate situation that happened to her, um, and to basically ignore her cousin, whatever how she had said it. I can't remember exactly how she said it. I had people harassing me too, saying, "Did you hear what Michelle said?" Basically debunking. So all that you feeling, like that's the right thing that Michelle's cousin did, get up here and defend Michelle, honor, and her other family wasn't doing it, and she's doing it now for her. You need to stop talking about that lady now, because Michelle set the record straight. Michelle didn't set no record straight. Okay. Michelle needs to heal. She should have came up with an update video after she healed, and maybe she would have looked at the picture differently. People always want to have something to say, because at the end of the day, I feel like there's a percentage of this crowd that used to be Queen Opp and Michelle supporters, and they used to support what Queen Opp was doing to Michelle, and they don't want even now for this mayhem to be put to rest, because this is entertainment to them. And even with Queen Opp, she's a train wreck. They want to see the train derail and wreck themselves. They're not supporters. They're really low-key haters. So they don't want to hear the truth. They rather live in a lie. So when people like me come along, or Michelle's cousin come along and tell the real truth, you don't want to hear the truth, because the truth ceases and desists things, and then this clown show goes away, and now you don't have any more entertainment. When it's not no entertainment, because there were people's lives that were destroyed, that they have to rebuild. Michelle has to rebuild her life because of all the traumas that she had to endure, being, in the hands of Queen Opp. So it doesn't matter when somebody came along and decided to um, coming to Michelle's defense. Her family certainly wasn't doing it. You know, they may have, a couple of years ago, her sister spoke, but she acted like she was helpless. And I don't feel as though it helped Michelle, because look at how she ended up leaving that situation this year of 2023.
Shell diss me. That wasn't no diss. Man, that wasn't no diss. Y'all never come in between me and my family. These when Shell made that update, actually was celebrating my us. I had lost 4 subscribers on my channel, even though I'm not counting, even though I don't care about the numbers. You know what I mean? I was looking at it just to calculate what was going on, just to interpret what was going on. I lost 4 when I uploaded my video talking to the 1%, y'all, my people, my tribe, as well as my cousin Shell. I gained over 30 subscribers after that, even though I don't give a damn about the numbers. That's because I'm not a content creator. All right. I'm going to start off with I am Averique. And I apologize if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. I apologize for that. I am Varique. I am Averique. This is the young lady that left a comment on the last video that went to school with Shell, and I pinned a comment. This how y'all know I don't know nothing about this YouTube. I shared her post on my Facebook page, but I wanted to make her post, you know what I mean, stationary on my YouTube. I didn't even know how to make her comment pinned on my page. I had to ask somebody.
She's pretty much respectfully trying to let you guys know it ain't about no cloud chasing. She don't even have no idea when she's up there what she's doing. She's learning as she goes along. The moral of the story is that she is representing her cousin. It don't matter when she came along to do it, but she saw what happened with the cops kicking in the door. She was gonna do something about it, or say something about it. Well, you know what I'm saying? And she's doing it and when she felt like it was suitable to do it. Her family didn't do it for 15 years. So, people say cloud chasing. I don't get that from her. I also don't get that she's cloud chasing, and she's making it clear she's not a content creator. If you listen to her talk, you can tell she's learning the ropes as she goes along. But you can tell how she's having this conversation on this video that she's not a content creator. Some people might, oh, will you just hurry up with it? She's not a content creator. She doesn't really know how to present the information the way it could be receivable to people that are content creators. And we know that everything is fast, quick, in a hurry. You know what I'm saying? She's just talking from her heart. She don't care how long it takes her. She's articulating herself the way she wants to articulate herself. She's not trying to sound like a Tasha K. You feel what I'm saying? Or Wendy Williams. She's trying to sound like Smokin on Queen Opp's channel. And she's not a content creator. She's just here to hold her cousin down. And she's just hoping that Michelle don't go back to Queen Opp. Period. Point blank.
It's, you know what I mean? One of my people's, look, I want to make her comment stand still, stationary on my page. So I am Avery. Listen, you are a godsend. I told you that in the comments. How much I appreciate you for sharing your experience, for sharing your comment on my page. It's beyond words. You are a godsend. And I'm grateful for you sharing your childhood experience with Shell. Not only did you add context, you added color and texture to Shell's early years as it relates to how other children responded to Shell and how Shell responded and interacted with other children. Shell being bullied. I am
exactly, MM. Exactly.
Everybody.
And that's all that
The young
matters
lady
at the
that went
end
to
of the
school with
day.
Shell, she also shared how Shell was being bullied right in front of her parents. That's vital information right there. I am Averick shared how her attending the same school at the same time as Shell, and when Shell parents were, because it's vital information, because it supports what I discussed in the interview. When I discussed in the interview, which was the denial and the
and it also supports the fact that Michelle was okay with what Queen Opp was doing to her, which was the big B word. We don't want to say that word too much on here. And she was accepting of it. She adapted to it. She was already living that life, going into school. So she probably just thought it was normal. It's just something that kids go through. And you grow up as being adults and you still go through it in life. She got numb to it. And that's why she wouldn't have left that situation with Queen Opp and Danny until she was removed from that situation.
Overall neglect from Shell parents. What I am Avery shared was gold. It's everything she shared, but especially the part about Shell's parents, which was the neglect, the denial, the shame about Shell, which led to her being unprotected. Man, let me say this, man. Let me say this. People on here, and these are the 99% options and flip-flops. Why you talking to her about now? Where was you at? Why you ain't rescue her then? Shell got a whole fully functioning, fully fit, able-bodied father. Dad.
That part. That
Why
part.
He ain't go rescue his
that
daughter?
part. Really?
Why Shell dad didn't rescue his daughter? Why y'all sitting up here trying to discredit me and asking The same questions trying to discredit why Shell dad didn't rescue her. Because if that was me, man, listen. Man, my dad, if that was me and if I was in Shell position, my dad would have went over there to that chick apartment, house, whatever, kicked door
Yep.
down, just smacked her. You know what I mean? Not even trying to. My over 6 foot, 6'3" father would have kicked that man, smacked her down to the ground, carrying me out of
That's just a
there.
normal reaction when your kids
Me
are
kicking
in
and screaming,
a crisis.
crying about how I wanted to, don't take me, I want to be over here. Man, he would have carried me out of there. He wouldn't have waited on his baby mom, his daughters. No, man, he would have went over there and carried me out of there and dealt with the consequences later. Why y'all ain't talking about that?
Yep.
Why y'all ain't talking about that? Why does Shell have a father that knew she was over there without being a...
And nobody to this day really talks about Michelle's family and why they wasn't playing a role in trying to get her away from Queen Opp. I mean, it's a good point. I mean, if you think about it, you guys got to put the pocket watching aside and the cousin's only doing this for clout and money. No, put that aside. She's still gonna, I'm quite sure, be making her coins, making her bag, doing other things. Michelle's situation didn't just come along and now she's gonna try to become a millionaire off of it. But why didn't the other family get involved all these many years knowing what was going down?
Right. Humiliated. Why he ain't gonna rescue her? Why y'all over here asking where was I
at? A fully able father that could have helped her.
Anyway, I brought that up to support, to co-sign what I am Avery shared with us, which was one of the things she shared with us, which was why or how Shell's parents did not, which supports what I said in the interview.
Exactly, beautiful liar.
Which was denial, shame, and neglect. Also,
exactly, over a decade, think bigger.
Also, it's interesting, but not surprising. It's interesting, but not surprising how the 99% flip-flops and options. It's interesting, but not surprising.
Let's hit the like button, guys.
99% flip-flops and options.
Can we get them up?
Are pretending that they didn't read I Am Avery's comment. Shout out to I Am Avery. Man, she was a godsend, man. For real. Man, what she shared? All the crying about, oh, you're not sharing inside information. I Am Avery shared inside information. She went to school with Shell in the elementary years. But y'all sitting up here pretending like y'all ain't read that because y'all mad at me for drawing a line.
Hey, Nefertiti.
So it's very interesting, but not surprising, that the 99%, which is the flip-flops and the opsters, are pretending that they didn't read I Am Avery's comment. Again, these are same crying about me not sharing inside information, but yet I Am Avery shared very vital information on Shell's childhood because they went to school together. And I know what it is. I know what it is, man. I Am Avery. Because her firsthand experience with Shell, everything that she shared about Shell in that comment that I pinned on Smokin on Queen Opp channel, because what she shared, it doesn't align with the narrative that the 99% flip-flopsters and obsters are running with.
Which is entertainment.
Which is Shell is not special needs.
Right.
Man, y'all
because they want their entertainment not to go away.
Shell, her entire life, because she's special needs, her entire life, because she's special needs. And I am average shared and confirmed that. And that's why it's pretending like they didn't see her comment. They want to report and talk and chat and chit chat and flat gums about everything else other than what I am average shared on Smoking on Queen Opp channel. Y'all begging for inside information, but y'all pretending like y'all didn't see the comment that this young lady shared. Why? Again, because it doesn't align with the 99% narrative, which is ain't nothing wrong with Shell. Ain't nothing wrong with Shell. Shell college. Shell's just in a toxic relationship with her girlfriend. That's why it's not sharing, it's not commenting.
Yeah, it's to me, it's the syndrome of downplaying. You know something's wrong clearly with Michelle for even subjecting herself to what Queen Opp was doing to her for all that many years. But it's entertainment to some people, and people don't care. And that's the 99%. They don't care. So they try to make it make sense when it doesn't make sense. Until it happens to one of their loved ones, they really don't care. They probably cut off their cable and all sorts of stuff just to look at the free entertainment, not knowing this is not free entertainment. This is somebody's life that was being destroyed from the inside out. And it's sad.
And speaking about what I am average shared, listen, man, Shell is unable, and I love Shell, and I don't give a how y'all take that. Oh, she's dragging her, man. Y'all
Exactly,
Shell.
MM.
I could talk the way that I talk because I love Shell. That's my family. I don't give a Shell say on the internet about me. I'm never going to stop loving her, and I'm always going to smoke. Shell is unable to process information at the same speed as fully functioning adults can. Let me say that again. Shell is unable to process information at the same speed with the same at the same speed and with the same energy of discernment and intuition as other fully functioning adults can. She's unable to do that. And it just is what it is, man. Because she's unable to process information at the same speed as other fully functioning adults can, this is what makes her vulnerable. This is what makes like I able to come through, snatch her up, and and use her in the most egregious of ways.
Exactly, because Queen Opp knew that Michelle had issues. She's known her long enough. She studied her, and she was like a predator. And she went in, and put Michelle under her wings, but not in a good way, and and ran a muckery on her because she knew that she's got issues. Michelle has issues, and it happened far longer than Queen Opp and Michelle knew each other. She was going through things prior to meeting Queen Opp, and it was because of her parents ignoring that there was an issue and didn't want to admit that there was an issue and get help for Michelle's issue so that she wouldn't end up with somebody like Queen Opp. And because of them not doing that, that's how she ended up with Queen Opp and got treated the way she got treated from Queen Opp.
Speaking of information, there's different forms of information. You have body language, facial expressions. These are different forms of information. It's not all about being able to read a book. Cause I already know what y'all holding on to. Shell said, Shell's sister said, Kirby said that she went to college. Me also, anybody can go to college. What I'm talking about? There's different forms of information. Yes, there's information in books. You spoke nothing but true. Shout out to Katrina Hill. This is who I want over here. Katrina Hill got her thinking cap on. Katrina.
I think she wants to be back with Queen Opp too, and I've said it. I think that that's all she knows. It's just like being in a bad relationship. I'm a female, so I can only relate to the kind of people that I attract, which is the opposite, which is men, male. And I've been in relationships too, and I know they were toxic, and it took me many years to break off from it. It was the use the factor. I knew that it wasn't good for me, but because I was used to that person, I didn't want to start over. I try to make it make sense. I stayed in that relationship even though it was toxic. And that's the same thing with Michelle. I honestly believe that she misses Queen Opp, and I think Queen Opp misses her too. She's not going to admit to it, and she's definitely not going to admit to it while there's an open case. So we're going to end it there. I did play majority of it except for maybe 15 minutes of it. If you guys want to go over just to see the last 15 minutes of what was said, that's fine. However, this will be going out tonight, Sunday. So if you get to the end of this video, then you made it here. And I'm going to also tomorrow, Monday, on my main channel, I will recap it over there because I don't know how the crowd's going to come into Michelle's cousin making another video responding to the video Michelle made, checking in and speaking her piece, which I don't believe that really was the way Michelle felt. I honestly believe that, again, yet again, she's speaking for someone else, and that's her family, how they feel. They used her as a pawn to say how they felt about the cousin stepping in. Just like Michelle used to have to speak for Queen Opp the way Queen Opp felt about Michelle's family. She would make Michelle say things that weren't true, in my opinion, to character assassinate, particularly her father and the grandmother, saying things that were horrific that happened to Michelle that I don't think exist. And she said it because Queen Opp wanted her to. So, with that all being said, we'll be back. And I paused the Queen Opp content that I was doing because I wanted to speak about something on the same page as the whole Queen Opp situation and Michelle, but a little bit different than um, what we've been listening to for the or seeing for the last 24 hours now that Queen Opp made a grand appearance on live for about 2.5 hours, and I'll continue with my commentary with that crap, that mess tomorrow. But I thought that it was important to get this information out, what the cousin's response was and how she was feeling at this particular time. She didn't respond right away when Michelle said what she said, which is not a bad thing, and she responded last night. So I wanted to make sure that that content got out there, and I spoke in my commentary how I felt, and it still remains my feelings on the cousin. Everyone has their opinions, and they people are not gonna like me. We're gonna agree to disagree, but yeah, so there's a part 2, and I love the part 2. I really feel like the beginning of this video, which is the part that I played yesterday and I did a recap just a second ago, was a warm up. I had to literally edit out a lot of what Michelle's cousin was saying. She went in. So the beginning of this video to me was just a warm up. So you're probably going to think that part 2 is going to be like this. No, she was warming up for part 2. Part 2, she went in. She went in. I had to edit a lot out. It took me a while to edit that video. It was a lot of stuff that was said, and I know YouTube would not have been appreciative if I would have left that up. But part 2 is on and popping, and that's gonna be on the channel at 3 p.m. on this second channel. So make sure y'all are subscribed to my second channel at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll put the link into the chat before I leave. Make sure y'all hit the like button. I'm not leaving quite yet. I did hear a comment. I kind of sort of don't know if it's a trolling thing going on or just one of the 99% who they like to live in the lie than to live in the truth, because a lot of people, whether they want to admit it or not, it was really um entertaining to them. But I'm quite sure it wasn't entertaining for Michelle. I heard one person here say, Venice, meanwhile, Shelly don't even talk to this cousin. Who cares if she doesn't meanwhile talk to that cousin? What is that supposed to mean? So because Michelle doesn't talk to that cousin, there isn't something wrong with Michelle for allowing her to get treated like that? So you mean to tell me, Venice, that if somebody treated you like that, people would think that you were normal? No, you're broken in some way. It might not be on the same captivity as a person who has some type of a defect, a Down syndrome or something like that, but there's something missing for somebody to sit there and allow someone to do that to them. So we can downplay that all we want. We can have the little, because I call you trolls, the ones that come in here. We can agree to disagree, but we're talking about what we saw with our two eyes that was not normal, and the things that Queen Opp was allowing to happen and thinking it was okay, and making Michelle do, like the waste and the dog food, and putting pause on her, allowing Danny towards the end to handle her because she was getting too far along. She couldn't do it the way she normally could when she wasn't pregnant. We're not going to downplay this over here. I'm sorry, Venice, if you had to put your cable back on because that entertainment is no longer. Michelle's out the picture for now, anyways. And Queen Opp, she's still trying to do her little thug fizzle to Denise. I mean, to I said Denise. Ooh, child. To Danny, but I don't know how successful she's gonna be without a fight with Danny. So that'll be probably the new entertainment. Her attempting to try to clown Danny like she did Michelle, and her catching a bad one because Danny ain't having it. Yeah, you're gonna clown me, in the meantime, in between time, here and there. But it ain't. I'm not. You ain't. I'm not going out like Michelle did. That's what I'm getting from Danny. I hope and pray she doesn't either. And so it really kills me. And like I said, you only get a few stragglers that will come in and give their opinion that doesn't even matter. It's not worth a 2 cents. Those are the ones that say what they say because it was entertainment to them and it went away. That entertainment went away. Why can't you just be satisfied with the entertainment that you're getting now? Because Queen Op is just naturally a clown, just because she doesn't care what she says and how she says it. Did anybody here put a Y in the chat when she was in her live talking about who can tell that I'm on the Coca-Cola? Let's call it. Got to be real careful up here how you choose your words. YouTube's algorithm will get you. Basically, I think she raised her hand. Some things ain't meant for everybody. And I do believe that that wasn't trolling. I believe she was under the influence of drugs. And she let us know that. She was very hype. But she'll be the first one to say that CPS came to visit her and it's our fault. But yet and still, you're on social media, whether it's a joke or not, trolling about something with a month old in the background, that you're under the influence of drugs. So, if that's not enough entertainment that she's incriminating herself in the present time, she's using the begging for money and all these excuses for milk and court and legal fees. If you don't look at that as content, that's all you're gonna get from Queen Art. It doesn't make any sense to even look at her no more, or defend her, because that's the only kind of content you're gonna get. And to be honest with you, I think that's kind of amusing. It's nice to see her beg because she's at this point now because she doesn't have Michelle to be the mule no more. She's got to put in the work. You see how the tables turn? So now she's the social media beggar, not the clout chaser that use an innocent person with issues as content to get the bag and didn't even split it down the middle. So I'm not going to allow anybody to come in here and try to downplay it or defend um none of this BS. And you're not going to play in my face and tell me that there wasn't no issues with Michelle, because nobody in the right mind will allow someone to say, "Hey, eat this." And we know that that doesn't belong in the body. Or to sit there and be getting an install done and you don't know that roach spray is being sprayed in your hair. And I understand Michelle can't see too well without her glasses, but we can eventually put two and two together if you got a little kid in the background, plus the audience, plus you could just, I mean, you can always feel somebody's in back of you, especially a trifling person like Queen Opp. Let's put it together. And then the smell, you mean to tell me you never smelled the smell of roach spray? And even if you didn't, you know, with the holding spray in the yellow can, the got to be, whatever it's called, you know what that smells like. You know that wasn't the spray that is used in your hair. She literally thought every time she got an install from Queen Opp, that was pampering. That was the only time she got peace, not knowing she was putting all kind of crazy glue in her hair glue on top of the hair, so that when she would make her rip off the wig, hopefully it would rip off like a wax and take off her hair from the scalp. She was doing all kind of stuff to Michelle. And Michelle was downplaying it. And she was downplaying it because Michelle had a lot going on. She learned how to numb her pain and pretend because her family did it. They never got her help, because a lot of times families, you know, people of color, they don't want to get their family members help because they think people are going to think they're crazy, which it shouldn't be. Who cares what they think about somebody thinking you're crazy? Get these people help early so these things don't happen, so they can make better sound decisions, so they don't end up with people like Queen Opp. These videos are going to float around the social media forever, what Queen Opp did to her. I don't care how many attempts that'll be taken to take them down once this is all said and done. That's impossible. And then when Michelle goes on with her life and living her best life, she has to look at these videos play over and over and over to the end of time. And if she decides to have a family, they have to see it as well. It's sad. You can smell, right. You can smell it. It's strong. Exactly. It says in her mind, that's what Ops loving her, desperate for affection, etc. Exactly. I agree with the cousin, but actions speak louder. Cousin, where were you when Cheryl was going through it? It shouldn't have took viewers to call police and say, "Yep, you're right, Natiri, Nefertiri." But where was her immediate family, not her cousin, her second cut, a third cousin? They're like second. Where was her family at? Where was her father at? Where was her mother at? Where was her sister at? Where were they at? Let's not jump over mother, father, sister to a cousin, a second or third cousin. Where were her immediate family? The ones that she's seen all of her life, not the ones that she's seen, on the weekend or on holidays. When you see cousins, first and second cousins. I'm talking about people you see day in, day out that you grew up with. Where were they at for 15 years? Let's not jump on the cousin. It doesn't matter how she's coming. We might not like the approach, but we can't tell a grown person how their approach should be with an issue like this. Where was Michelle's immediate family, her mother and her father, who laid down and had her? Where was her older sister? Oh, I forgot. A couple of years ago, after what, 13 years of it with Queen Opp, she goes live on Big Go. And most likely was paid to go live. Who knows? Because Empress is known for paying for interviews, which is not wrong with that. She's an interview channel who pays for interviews. So what? So what? As your channel gets bigger, people that you want to interview on your channel is probably going to want to expect money anyways. They figure you're making money. Why not me make money? So we're going to get off of that subject. But, come on. Let's stop it. A lot of you cut off your cable. I'm not talking about my supporters, but the ones in the bushes. A lot of you guys cut off your cable literally to see this nonsense. So I'm about to get off of here. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Also at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the warm-up is now finally over with. She went in on this second part. The premiere will be at 3 p.m. on the second channel, not the first channel. It will be premiered, so make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you have your notification bell on with the option all, because you guys are not going to want to miss that part. And also at 4 p.m., I have another live on my main channel. I'm real busy today. So at 4 o'clock, I'll be going live on my main channel. I went live today on my second channel. I'll be going live on my main channel at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And at 3 p.m., which is in 2 hours, on this second channel will be the premiere, the second part of this video. I think you guys will enjoy the second part because she really went in. I think the first part was a warm-up, in my opinion. But she really went in. And I hope she keeps going in. And I hope that the next time she does another video, she don't do no warm-up. Just go in. Don't start off as a nice guy with the warm-up. Just go in. Go in. That's what we want to hear, to go in. Somebody go in on Queen Opp. Y'all already went in on sending $1 to go in on Michelle. Sending $2 to go in on Michelle. Sending $3 to say Michelle rolled her eyes at Queen Opp so Queen Opp could go in on Michelle. Let's go in on Queen Opp. It's her turn now. Let's let her see how it feels. So I will see you guys at 4 p.m. on my main channel for the live at 4 p.m. And hopefully you guys tune in for 3 p.m. for the premiere that will be on my second channel. So make sure when you guys get off, here's a link right here that you guys, I already put it up actually. Here's a link. You redirect. I'm going to pin it. Or should I pin it? Yeah, I'm going to pin the link. So it's up at the very top. Let me see. Make sure. Yep. So it's highlighted right here. SL Davis social media news. That's what it should look like to you. It's 2 links in there. Click on one of the 2 links and redirect and subscribe to the channel so you can see the 3 p.m. Second part of this. I love y'all. Stay blessed, and I'm out. Mwah.